we're making tomato soup with some garnishes.
Blake's delicious tomato soup.
It's gonna be a surprise. The recipe is really a suggestion, so you can go ahead and modify as per what you have laying about. So,
We got a whole bunch of things laying about.
always, bit of a food hoarder prior to the situation that we are currently living in.
Tomato soup a la Blake McKay.
So this is it's based on a recipe. I did it on TV already once. So I was on Marina.
The Quebecois will know who Marina is. No one else will.
And so in here we have 4 onions, 3 cloves of garlic, a bunch of oil, and some salt that were cooked for 15 minutes, covered
With the top on.
over medium heat. So they're like steam cooked, kind of steam fried.
So leaving the lid on, make sure the vapor and the water stays inside. Right?
Totally, it's gonna make them really tender, which is the point of this, right? So 15 minutes, and then the rest of it we just put in all at once, more or less. So we have 2 cups of broth.
So that's 2 cups of broth. This is 1 cup of
Coconut milk.
coconut.
Could be cream, could be whatever. It's got to be something that's not going to break when you boil it. So it can't be like milk, because that could break.
What else could break?
That cup if you're not careful. Oh, bada bing.
No, but like almond milk?
It probably depends on the kind of milk, right? Because there's
Am I supposed to put this in?
yeah, you are. There's a spoon. So, you
So
can
how
get
much
all
is
one.
that?
That's half a cup of red lentils that were soaked for about 15 minutes.
Soaked red lentils. They were soaking in regular temperature water
Yep.
for 15 minutes.
15 minutes. A 598 ml can of tomatoes. Tomates.
Why don't they just make it 600?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, 598 seems kind of
It's like
random.
a number. It's like a number 12 can or something like that. Anyway. Tomato paste. This is like the best tomato paste ever as far as I'm concerned. It's just because of the container. And it's got a beautiful swan on it.
How much tomato paste are you going to plop in there?
Like a tablespoon,
Roughly.
roughly. And then...
What I like about this recipe,
What?
as I'm doing it for the very first time,
It's not the
is
first time you've eaten it,
how
though.
laid back it is.
It's really easy.
I like a laid back kitchen moment. I don't like to stress over the exact amounts of things.
This is hot smoked paprika. It could be regular paprika. The first time I made it with allspice, which gives like a kind of a sweet depth that you're like.
I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. I probably ate it and loved it, but
Little sad baby.
you would put those in now too?
Oh, sure, why not?
Yeah.
You want to get them all used up, right?
Cut off the rotten bits, obviously, of your
Obviously.
tomatoes, and then put the dried up ones that are on your counter or wherever they are into the pot with all of that. And then what?
I put it over there on the heat for 10 whole minutes.
We didn't put any salt or anything in there yet.
No, because the broth has some salt, so we're going to adjust
After.
once we get it in our like.
I would say that's a pro tip.
That's a pro tip.
Let the stock be the salty part and then add salt to taste later. And clean while you go.
We're gonna try a new thing. I'm assuming this is gonna work. I've never really done this before, but it's like in the world of vegan fun things. What do we got? Like
That's a handful
a handful
of cashews.
that have been soaked in salt water overnight. Soaking in salt water denatures the enzymes that make them hard to digest.
Smart.
We're gonna add the juice of half of a lemon.
So did
Some
you
would
measure
not
the
want
water
it.
or you just covered the nuts?
I just covered the nuts.
Cover them nuts with salt water.
That's because I want the lemon juice, don't I?
Yeah. This is my favorite part.
Hopefully.
It's kind of loud. Do I get... I'll dance. You don't have to.
Okay.
You do have to. Dance with something vibrating in your hands every day. If I really went for it, this would be splashing in my face. This looks good.
Should we stop and taste it?
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I put a half clove of garlic in there too.
Yeah.
Next, we have these little tomatoes. And I thought that you
Baby tomato.
would make a little topping with them and as per your desire that would go on top of the soup.
So I just get to cut them up and do whatever I want?
Yeah.
Something that will be photogenic.
In the meantime, I've got these sort of triced oignon that I'm just going to use up and make another kind of topping. And I have these little fennel fronds.
Sad onions are still delicious onions.
Maybe
What happens when
cry.
when an onion cries everything out?
I don't really know. I think there's a really good joke in there somewhere. Like, if onions make you cry, what makes onions cry? You know, it's like more an existential
Not
question.
being touched. Hey Andrew.
So
If I edit that in, it'll look like I'm saying hi to myself.
I'm thinking to myself that my little topping that has these onions and fennel fronds will include.
So what? You just chopped up some green onions and the tops of some fennel?
Yeah, I was thinking
Fennel frond is the top of a fennel.
fennel frond is the top of a fennel. That's correct.
My issue is that I always want to eat while I'm cooking the things.
No, that's okay. We're just two people.
Oh yeah. Permission to eat. the
Permission to eat
ingredient.
granted. So, pepper. I'm not a big pepper user in life generally, as you know.
He never used pepper. How else to use a fennel frond?
One could use it as a little tickler. It's very delicate, you know.
No, but for cooking, you know.
Oh, okay. How else does one use a fennel
That
frond?
smells so good.
I like to tear them up really tiny little bitses and put them in salad. I like to. I don't like to ferment them because I find fennel tastes funny when I ferment it. I've learned that from
I just
many
eat it.
tries.
I just chew on them. I like put a stick in my mouth and chew on it. That's what I do.
The frond.
Especially if my stomach is upset, I'll just like
Oh, there you go. Little
get a little
digestive enzymes.
fennel.
But what else
secretion.
am I putting in there? All of
So
them.
this
Yeah.
smells so good, friends. This is thinly sliced green onions with the fennel and black pepper. That combo.
How do you want to dress
It's
your soup?
stressful to cook with a chef,
That's what people
but it's
say.
also really fun because you learn a whole lot and it's easy to irritate them. And if you're like me and you like to push people's buttons, it could be part of the fun. So you're saying I can put anything I want in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I want something spicy.
I get that. I tried making like vegan cheesy croutons earlier. That was my.
This is a smoked cheesy oil, or cheesy. Smoked chili oil.
Do you think they taste cheesy? They taste okay. They don't taste
The
cheesy.
croutons?
They're fun, but
Let me taste another one.
I tossed the croutons in oil with a bit of yeast flakes, but I don't know.
They don't taste cheesy to me. They're good. They have flavor. They've got crunch. They've got a little bit of grease going on. So my favorite thing about tomato soup is the color. And normally I eat it with grilled cheese.
Yeah, me too. But you don't like
I don't eat
cheese.
cheese anymore. Like growing up, tomato soup with grilled cheese was the best thing.
There's some good
Personally, I'm not a
ones.
huge fan of the vegan cheese
You-
thing.
uh,
I like coconut, like I like this cashew cream is gonna be delicious. But a vegan cheese, like it's just so much processing, you know? Like what's in that?
I don't know.
No offense to the vegan cheese makers out there. Oh wow. Oh, was I not supposed to take that blender thing away?
Fishing out the bay leaves.
So that was a 10-minute boil with the lid on.
Yeah.
Why do you put the lentils in?
Just because they add a bit of body, they also add nutrition.
Body, honey. Body, yaddy, yaddy.
I also forgot to mention, and I'm really hoping I'm gonna find it, is there's
What?
a little cinnamon stick in there.
Oh, secret ingredient. Secrets from the chef.
What
It's a good thing I'm wearing an apron because this will probably splash on my shirt if I dance. You dance while I blend.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
And y'all dance while I blend. 3, 2, 1. This is my kind of like stirring dance. It's like a little bit sexy. Spinal undulations in any direction. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't ask this earlier. If someone doesn't have one of these,
Blender?
a hand
Food
blender,
processor?
you just put it in the blender. But what's a pro tip? Because when when you blend things that are hot, what happens?
Okay, well, you don't want to overfill the blender, and you always want to hold the top on
I learned that the hard ass way.
like this with a cloth
Girl.
or something, so that nothing comes spurting out of those things. But really, like minimal filling, like half full, and start low.
So you might not do
Turn up
everything
speed.
at once. You
No,
might do it in passes.
absolutely, you're gonna do
Because
it
girl,
in-
I learned that the hard way. Believe me, you don't want hot tomato soup splashing up in your face. I'm so glad I asked that question and saved your beautiful face.
See, like I don't know that it needs much salt, really.
It does not need salt. It needs a topping. It needs a crunch. It does not need salt.
There's this other pro tip that maybe you know it, maybe you don't, about ladling things. Like you're supposed to dip the ladle once you've filled it in the thing that you're ladling out, and it's supposed to stop drips.
So you scoop it up and then you do like a little
Yeah,
bottom
you do-
dip.
Yep, you go.
Oh, that works.
Most of the time.
Oh, this is a nice color.
It is, right? You know what's missing?
What?
A grilled cheese sandwich.
Yeah. Let's make an imaginary grilled cheese real quick. Ready? I just got the cheese. I got a piece of toast right here. I'm gonna fry it up. Flip it over.
Yeah, just have it permeable. What topping do you want on yours?
Oh, I don't get both?
Well, you can have all of them actually. But
If
maybe
you
don't
knew
want
me
all.
well, you would know that I'm gonna put some of everything in my bowl.
If you spoon the creamy business on, it'll float better.
You'll be able to see it for a photograph or just to serve to your loved ones, including yourself. It's actually a bit chilly here today, so I'm really looking forward to a bit of a spicy, warm tomato soup moment.
That's pretty fun.
That is fun.
You did a good job, though.
Thanks, babe. You taught me everything I know.
We're winning with that soup.
Is it good?
Yep.
We're winning, and pretty soon you're gonna be winning because you're gonna make this. It's so easy. Yeah. This is the best one you ever made, babe.
There's like nothing better than garnishing a basic soup. A basic soup is the perfect canvas for using up leftovers, right?
It's so good.
Warm and meat.
Oh my god, wait. Try some of this grilled cheese. It's delicious. You can dip it
Dip
right
it.
in.
No,
Okay, so we're done.
we're done. Thanks for
Delicious soup that was really quick. So nice to see you here in our kitchen. If you have questions, DM Blake. He knows all the answers. I don't. I know some of them,
coming. You do.
but
He's a really great cook. He pretends like he's not, but he really is.
thanks, babe.
It's true.
I make really good imaginary grilled cheese
It's
sandwiches
the tastiest ever. What
with
cheese is
non-vegan cheese. Oh god, that was like a smoked cheddar, babe. It was like smoked
that?
cheddar.
It paired magnificently with the soup, whatever it was.
Oh god, it was good. Bye.